guys, Jared here. My hair is a little bit poofy today. Got to go get a haircut. But that has nothing to do with what I wanted to talk to you guys today about. I wanted to talk a little bit about some obscure games and actually vlogs that you might be interested in me doing every once in a while for like a Saturn Day special. I have two reviews in the bag, as they say. One is a 3D action platformer that was supposed to originally feature Yoshi, believe it or not, but then something happened and the game changed, which I explained in the review. And then the other one is a really obscure game from Japan that, what was his name? Matthew C, I think it was, commented on one of the videos and said, oh, you should check out Vatlava. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's a really obscure 3D vehicular combat game, sort of like Twisted Metal, something like that. So I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, let me go ahead and check it out. And I looked through all my different imports that I had here, and sure enough, I have it. So I was like, oh, okay, perfect. And I totally forgot about the game. So those are the two reviews that are coming up, well, in the next 2 weeks. But I like to space these things out every now and then with a vlog where we can talk about some of my memories with the Sega Saturn, you know, maybe a special topic or something like that. So I just wanted you guys to chime in and basically let me know, are there certain vlogs or that I could do pertaining to topics of interest, obviously, excuse me, to do with the Saturn, or are there obscure Japanese games that you'd like me to cover as well? Now, I have the next, after those two reviews, I have the next 5 weeks planned. So essentially, after this video, you're looking at another 7 weeks worth of reviews that have already been lined up and planned. But after those 7 weeks, right now, at the time I'm recording this, I don't really have anything planned. I mean, I still have tons of games I got to cover, but I'm just saying, like, for that particular thing, there's still, it's open. So if you guys, if you chime in quick enough with either some obscure Japanese games that you'd be interested in me checking out. Now, there are obviously those $50 million Japanese exclusives. I have some of them, believe it or not. Some of those really crazy, ridiculously rare ones that are like $500 or something a game now. But I don't consider those obscure, and I'm saving a lot of those type of titles on purpose because I want to cover those like towards the end of the North American Saturn releases. Like, and then of course don't forget that I've also been thinking that I might redo some of the earlier Saturn reviews. Again though, once I'm done with a really good chunk of the games that I haven't covered. Because I know a lot of you have asked, like, oh, it would be nice to see Panzer Dragoon Saga with the new technology that we have, a game like Burning Rangers, things like that. And I'm all for that, but I don't want to, you know, neglect games that I haven't covered already. And you'll be happy to hear, for those that have been asking forever, I am finally going to be covering in the next 7 weeks, somewhere in there, the Die Hard games. I've also got, well, you know what? No, I've said enough. That's enough, because I don't want to like reveal everything that's no fun. So yeah, so really today's video is sort of an asking you, because I've got 7 weeks now, right? So I've got 7 weeks of content that's good to go, but I really want to know what you guys potentially would like to see in terms of like vlogs like this. What's nice about a vlog is that it's really easy to put together. It's really easy to just, you know, talk. It's not so easy sometimes to actually get all the different information that I need in order to put these sorts of things together. That can take some time. But the editing of the reviews, the playing, capturing the videos, all of that stuff, doing the voiceover, that takes a long, long time. So what's nice with vlogs is that I can use those to space the different content together. It buys me more time. So yeah, basically I'm just curious if there are some obscure Japanese games, or I guess it could even be European games that weren't available on the North American Saturn. Now, I'm preferably looking for ones that are somewhat affordable. And this isn't so much for me as it is for you. In other words, chances are I already have like a ridiculous amount of the games that people are going to be curious to see. But if I don't want to spend $500 for the game and then show you guys, oh, you know, this is a really cool, really unique, obscure game on the Saturn that's available only in Japan. Oh, and by the way, it's $500. You know what I mean? Like that, like it's not really going to help anyone. What I wanted to do with this, since I already had the North American collection for the Saturn, was just to show you guys and introduce essentially the world to the Sega Saturn. That was the original plan that I had behind this. So I don't really want to introduce people to games that are from Japan that no one can buy. And I understand that for the bulk of the North American library for the Saturn, that is the case, that no one can buy them because they're just so ridiculously expensive today. So I'm going to ask if we can try and keep the games in the somewhat affordable range for those obscure titles. But for the vlogs, there's no restrictions whatsoever, guys. Just let me know, certain topics of interest that you have for the Saturn. I've already done quite a few vlogs on the Saturn about what it was like, you know, to be a Saturn fan and around the end of its lifetime, about 1998. I explained what it was like. I don't know actually if I explained what it was like at launch. Maybe that's something I could do. But I have done some. If you click on the Saturn playlist, you'll see we have, like, goodness, probably like 150, nearing 200 videos now on this particular platform. And I really did that just for people to sort of get introduced to the Sega Saturn. It's kind of like my buddy at Sega CD Universe, Mike, Vampire Mike. He did the same sort of thing with the Sega CD, and the whole idea with that was to just show people that, you know, this platform, this underrated platform, really had some great games on it, and it was just completely overshadowed or ignored. And the Saturn is a great example of that. A really, really great platform that nobody played back in the day, and today hardcore collectors are eating it up, man. They're going nuts with it. And it's a bit of a shame because there are so many really unique games on the Saturn that were never released anywhere else. And it's really unfortunate. You've got your Panzer Dragoons, of course, everybody knows that. But then you've got games like what I covered over the last 2 weeks, where you have your Shining the Holy Arks, you have your Magic Knight Ray Earths, and so on. And people would enjoy those games, but they're just completely gone today. So anyways, I don't want to be rambling on for like forever and ever. So like I said, two things there is recommending some obscure, most likely Japanese games. Trying to keep it that, you know, they're English user friendly. Because again, I'm going to do reviews and people might get excited about the content. I want to highlight some games that people can actually go out and buy if that's possible. So again, trying to keep that you know, price range at a somewhat acceptable level. Now, if I already have the game, like I said, then that's fine. But I'll have to do my usual disclaimer where I'm like, you know, unfortunately, this game is X hundreds of dollars today. For the vlogs, just any topic that you can think of that pertains to the Sega Saturn that you'd enjoy me talking about. In between some of those reviews, but like I did say, I'm pretty good for the next 7 weeks. 2 of them are already done, and the other 5 are in queue. Or like, you know, they're slowly. I'm tackling them one after another there. So that's it, guys. I'll catch you next week. Next week we'll start with. I think we're gonna tackle that 3D action platformer. I forget which one I put first. But either way, I hope you enjoyed the 2 reviews, and I hope you keep enjoying the channel and keep interacting, guys. This is why I do this. I absolutely love introducing you guys to Saturn games that you may not have known about, or just retro games as a whole. They're really, really fun. It's a blast. All right, everyone. Catch you later.